Hey guys, it's me here, just with a quick random battle because I can, why not? Anyway, I start with the Loomis, which has Prankster, which is awesome, but it can't do anything against Lapras, which means I have to go into my amazingly awesome Feebas to soak up them stab hits. As you can see, the rest of my team couldn't do much, and I didn't want to reveal too much before I saw the rest of his team. At this stage, I was just trying to confuse Toxic it, hopefully stall it out until it died, but unfortunately it broke out of confusion and did get the curse up. So, to my dismay, I have to use this silly little Feebas. I figured he might swap out because of the Toxic and couldn't really do much against Feebas, but instead he decides to use Avalanche, try and kill me, and then uses the Ice Shard to kill my Feebas, which at least managed to get a Toxic off on the Lapras, which at the moment is 19. Here I decided to go on a Loomis and just use a Wish to set up for my next Pokemon, so that I could go into Ampharos and either scare it out or take a hit, but instead he decides to go for the Ice Shard when I was going to Volt Switch into my Claydol. Well, I was going to Volt Switch into something that could take the hit, and then, which actually I now realise is nothing, so it was just a stupid plan in the end. This stage I go into Claydol, which I really don't care about anyway, and I see his Kyogre, and I don't want to swap anything into pretty much any kind of attack Kyogre has, so I decide to go into Carnivine, end up sleep powdering his Skiploom, which is fairly good. I set up a substitute, not knowing what the Skiploom will do or if he'll swap out later. Go for the return to see how much damage it does. That's a fair chunk of damage, but unfortunately on this turn the Skiploom does wake up, break my sub, and U-turn out into his Persian, which I managed to also get a return on. Not sure on what the Persian was going to do, perhaps T-Wave or such. I just decide to sit in and take the fake out. It does a reasonable chunk, but nothing Carnivine can't come back from. Goes for a return, which puts me just into substitute range post leftovers, which is handy for me now that I put him to sleep. Thinking that he might stay in and break sleep or whatever, I go for a substitute, just scouting out what he's going to do next, because I don't want to risk my other Pokemon taking damage. He goes for a U-turn again, and I just go for the Power Whip, knowing that he's going to U-turn out, and pretty much anything else on his team should take reasonable damage from it. He does go into Skiploom now, which I do recognise is going to happen, so I go out into my Ampharos to take the U-turn. He goes into Espeon. Espeon I'm not really worried about at this stage because I can U-turn out after taking the Side Shock just barely. He breaks Multiscale here, but I get a Hurricane, which has 100% accuracy in his Rain. I'm not sure why he doesn't try and hit me again here. Maybe he thought I would miss or something, but I just go for the Rain Boosted Waterfall, which is handy. He goes into Skiploom, which toxics me, which is unfortunate, so potentially gonna stall me out later with his Kyogre and Druddigon, which I haven't yet seen. But he goes out into Kyogre and Water Spouts me, probably predicting a switch of some sort, but instead I go for the Paralysis, so my other two Pokemon, which have super effective stabs against Kyogre, will be able to do it. Now I went for the Confusion Parahags, but was unsuccessful, and I eventually died to Toxic. Now I've got two Pokemon left that should be able to deal with this, and I go for the Power Whip, just hoping to KO it, but instead he goes from Druddigon, unlikely enough. He doesn't have the Rough Skin, otherwise I would have been in poor shape here trying to deal with it. I go for the Power Whip again, thinking that, I don't know, return might... I don't know what I was doing. Then I do go for the return and get the crit, which I don't think was too essential to my victory, unless he was going to wake up that turn. Now he goes out into Kyogre, and that is that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll look forward to content further on. Okay, bye!